Okay, I was not expecting that. The Green Bay Packers just traded for Micah Parsons. Let's talk about it, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking some NFL here to talk about, unfortunately, the Green Bay Packers, who just made a monster deal to get Micah Parsons. So the news just broke on Twitter X, and I couldn't believe it. Now, let me just start by saying that there were rumors about the Packers being interested in Micah Parsons, so it wasn't like it came completely out of the blue and there was like nothing leading up to it. But I just never thought that Dallas would trade, Micah to the Packers. I thought there was a possibility that they would trade Micah, but not to the Packers, not to the team they lost in the playoffs, not to the arch rival Green Bay Packers. But lo and behold, that is what Jerry Jones does. He does what no one expects him to do. Wow. All right, so let's talk about the full trade details, and then I'll get into my thoughts here. So the Cowboys are trading Micah Parsons for 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark to the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers are signing Micah Parsons to a 4-year, $188 million deal worth about $47 million a year, and that includes $136 million guaranteed. Highest paid salary for a non-quarterback in the NFL, I think, in history. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about my thoughts here. Literally minutes before this trade happened, I go on Twitter and I talk about the fact that, hey, if you were the Bears, would you trade for Micah Parsons right now? I asked that question to a lot of you guys, by the way, follow me on Twitter, X. And a lot of you guys were in favor of trading for Micah Parsons. I was hesitant because, to me, trading for Micah meant it was a double whammy, right? You got to pay him big money, $47 million a year, and then you got to give up big draft capital. And so that's where I was hesitant, because I think I'm just scarred from the Khalil Mack trade, which really amounted to nothing for the Bears. And so I'm like, look, I would just want to make sure the team is good, that we are like a legitimate playoff team, a potential contender. And then at that point, it's like, okay, I think we're a piece away. Let's add Micah Parsons. But I also see the other side of it, which is you have a rookie quarterback on, of course, a rookie deal, and you have the money, you have the draft capital, you have a clear weakness at the pass rush position. You definitely need an edge rusher in the worst way possible. And so that did make sense, because it's like you want to take advantage of Caleb Williams in his rookie year window before you got to pay him big money, hopefully, again, that he deserves. So that I see as well. So I was kind of torn on this. I wasn't like, staunch in one opinion or the other, but I knew one thing. I didn't want the Packers to get Micah Parsons. All right, so I know a couple of Packers fans, shout out to my boy Bosarowski Productions. Like, he is a Packers content creator. Like, this is great for Packers Nation, because obviously Micah Parsons is one heck of a player, and this definitely adds to their team. And trading 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark doesn't seem like that high of a price, honestly speaking. I thought they should have had to pay more, but obviously you got to pay him the money too, right? And so the Packers are obviously much improved. Now, this does add a layer of pressure here for Jordan Love and company, right? You got your receiver, Matthew Golden, who should be solid. You have Micah Parsons now. Like, the Packers should be legit as far as, being able to, be more than just a double-digit win team. Can you do something in the playoffs, right? And so, obviously, that does suck. But, I thought the Packers, as much as it pains me to say it, made a good deal here. And they had the money to pay Micah Parsons, so go, kudos to them. I hate giving them credit, but I'll give credit where credit is due, because I'm objective. But as far as the Bears are concerned, honestly, folks, this doesn't hurt me as much as I thought it would. Again, the part about the Packers getting Micah hurts a lot, for sure. But the part about the Bears not trading for him doesn't hurt me as much, because to me, if we are going to be good, I think it's going to be because of the offense. Now, again, I don't mind adding Micah Parsons. Certainly do not. But again, to me, I just look at the fact that the most important thing right now is to find out if Caleb Williams is our franchise quarterback and if, this offense is going to be able to take off. Because if Caleb Williams is good enough, we don't really need a Micah Parsons because you'll have that elite quarterback in that offense. Now, again, later down the line, if we're a piece away, sure, go for it. But when we made the Mac trade, that was before we found out if Mitch was the real deal. That was before we found out if Matt Nagy was the real deal. Now I am 1,000% committed to Ben Johnson and Caleb being the real deal. But obviously you still have to see it. So that's where my reservations were. So to me, I don't feel as bad. Yes, certainly I think, there's a world where you should have made the move and could have made the move. A lot of money, obviously, to give a guy, but Micah Parsons is one heck of a player, man. At least 12 sacks every single season of his career. 26 years old, like in the peak of his prime. Yeah, he's an absolute stud. So that's where I'm at with this, okay? It's not the end of the world for the Bears that they didn't trade for Micah, but man, oh man, does it suck that he went to the Green Bay Packers. So let me know what you guys think about that. Leave a comment down below. Did you really want Micah Parsons on the Bears? Did you want the Bears to trade for him? Let me know down in the comments below as always. Thanks for watching.